Hello everybody, this is English for You and a very warm welcome to the studio. Obviously I have my Fazekas students here and I can see the boys are back from skiing, safe and sound. Can I see your legs please? So everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Great. Okay, Kata, hello, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Good. Szabolcs?
Perfectly.
Good, you're perfect. Victoria?
Fine as well.
Good. How's it hanging, Victor?
It's great.
Great, okay. And I have Evika, and where's Mati? It's usual. I'm very happy to see you. What's happened to Mati? Skiing? Holiday? Right, next week he's going to be back. Okay, and we have Sasha, my assistant teacher. And Sasha, I think you've been in Hungary for a couple of months, right? You're the girl from California.
Yes?
Have you taken any photos of Budapest?
Yeah, a lot. I wanted to show everyone at home how beautiful it is here.
Have you got a favorite photo?
Yeah, my favorite photo is of the chain bridge with the Buddha castle in the back. It's really beautiful.
Right, okay.
It's my favorite part.
Thank you very much. So this is the chain bridge. And today's special guest is Mr. Koltai Lajos, who is interested in taking pictures on a professional level. You know, in English for You, there's always a sort of air of mystery. So I'm not going to tell right now anything longer than that, but we're going to reveal. And Lajos, your favorite photo, you can remember the first favorite photo you took a couple of years ago?
Lots of years ago.
Yes.
Let's say it. Yes, I did one, which is very interesting because my first time a family make a decision to buy the camera. I mean the photo camera, the small one. And I was 14 years old. I almost finished the mid-school, so I went to my class together to see some beautiful cities, small cities, and I get this camera for this travel. And I made one reel, the first reel in my life, black and white reel. And I made a picture which was a late afternoon. Let's say this is close to the magic hour. It was the last moment, last most beautiful moment. And I remember the moment when I turned back and I see the church with the beautiful clouds in the background, and I decided to make this picture almost the last picture and reel. And this picture came with me in my life. And when I went to the film school, to get into the film school, which is a big moment in the life, and actually it was in my envelope with me, this first picture from my life. And I showed to the teachers, and they accepted it. So they said, yes, this is something which is beautiful. So actually it helped me to get into the school.
What a wonderful story. I asked my students to bring along their favorite pictures. So here's going to be the first one. Whose is it? Would you put up your hand? Victoria,
Yes.
number one. Could you just give a title to this photograph? And also, why you like it so much?
Yes, it's This Way to Nowhere, because when we took this picture, we wanted to make an outing, and then suddenly we realized that we were completely lost, and we didn't know where this way led to. And all we knew was that the scenery was beautiful, so we really enjoyed it, and we took this picture too.
Right. Would you like to change something in the picture, or it's perfect as it is?
I really love it, but actually the colors were much brighter, so it doesn't really give back the atmosphere.
Right. Lajos, any
I think it's the
comments?
most important thing than this picture, if I may say something about. This is where this street goes. This street goes nowhere. Looks like it really goes nowhere. So actually, this is exactly about your picture. As you picture this moment in your life, you don't know the way where you have to go. This is beautiful, I think, so because it goes really because you don't have the end on the picture. There's no end of the road. It goes somewhere.
And if I may add something to it, you can feel the people behind it. Even there's nobody in the picture.
But behind the camera, you
Yes.
mean? Yes, it's definitely.
Right. Thank you very much. Wonderful picture. Could we have the second one, please? And if you recognize your picture, would you just put up? Oh, yes,
This
Victor,
is
please.
mine, and this is the solid trunk. And I was sitting in a choo-choo train in the woods when I took this photo, and everything is moving on the picture: the bushes, the river, and only that small island is standing and
Stable.
staying.
Right.
Yes.
Good. Lajos?
No, I just think it's a really nice picture, and it's a kind of things you have to frame and have to make a frame and put it on the wall. Even you don't know exactly what it is, but somebody can tell something about it. This is very important. It's a very personal picture.
Right, thank you very much. The third one, please. And again, it must be Szabolcs. Yeah, Szabolcs. Okay.
Yes. Title is The Solar Eclipse, of course. It's not just spectacular, but it's also unique because there's just one or two times in your life when you can see this phenomenon. And it's a great thing if you can save this picture on your own by yourself.
Right.
I can't say anything. It's beautiful as it is. So it's a nature. We just have to be very happy we are there in the moment of the century. We were there, and that's
Yes.
a big moment. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. And obviously, it's your turn, Kata.
Yeah, it's my picture, and I took it on that day when Szabolcs took the picture. It was on the solar eclipses day, and it's my sister who's in the picture. And I looked up on the sky and I saw that it's beautiful, and I told her to do something, and she was joking, but I think I caught the moment. It's really nice, I think.
Right. Lajos?
It's really beautiful. It's fresh and young and beautiful. It's together with the sky, which gives a kind of future, a kind of hope. And as her face is, it's fantastic because she's really belonged to the nature in this moment. And looks like somebody gives the body, the whole body gift to the nature. It's a kind of moment of the happiness, which is so rare, so beautiful. Right?
Thank you very much. We've been talking about taking pictures, and you can see this camera with me, and we're going to have 4 words, I believe 4 basic words in connection with the camera, and these words are going to come up pretty soon on the projector. And may I turn to you, Sasha, to read them out? You're the native here, somebody who can
Sure.
speak English. Yes, so would you please?
Flash, viewfinder, shutter, lens.
Good. Now your task is going to be to identify these words with the definitions I'm going to read out. The small square of glass on a camera that you look through to see exactly what you are photographing. If you've got an idea, put up your hand. Victoria?
The viewfinder.
It's the viewfinder. It's right here. So now I can see you, Victoria, through my viewfinder. Okay, here we go. The second, a part of the camera that opens for a very short time to let light onto the film. Kata,
I
please.
think it's lens. Isn't
No, because it opens to let light. It's a good idea, though. Szabolcs?
Shutter.
The shutter. And this is the shutter button. So when I push this button, light will hit the film. Good. Now the third one is the part of the camera through which the light travels before it hits the film. Victor,
The
please.
lens.
The lens, you can see the lens right here. And the last thing is a special bright light that you need when you take photographs indoors or when there's not much light. Everybody, please.
The flash.
It must be the flash, so don't mind, I'm going to take a picture now. Right, so this is the flash. Good. In Hungarian?
Vaku.
Right,
It's also not
vaku.
Hungarian, of course.
It's a German word.
It must be a German.
It must be a German word. Or maybe it's Hungarian, you can say that aki belenéz, az megvakul. So maybe this...
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about that. Right.
Be careful with the flash, if I miss something. It's to
Really?
say, not just because this really killed the nature, always. So don't use it just you really need it. Okay, please.
Right. Thank you for this advice. And now, we've been talking about photos and light, you know, light which travels through the lens. Talking about light, I think somebody needs to speak about this beautiful painting. It's a self-portrait of a man. Szabolcs, would you like to say a couple of
Yes,
words?
you can
about
see a face of an elderly man. And he's very old. He has a very big forehead and long, maybe salt and pepper hair. And I think his face is very strange because he looks old, but we can see that he's persistent and he's ready to overcome the obstacles that wait for him in life.
That's fantastic what you're saying. I'm amazed. Does anybody recognize the painter? Yes, Victor,
I
please.
think it's Rembrandt.
Congratulations. There's the last self-portrait of Rembrandt. He was 60 when he painted it. Lajos, talking about light, Why is it so special? Why is Rembrandt so special?
It's a couple of things I have to say about, because it's not just the light. The light is the most important, of course, always at Rembrandt, if you talk about Rembrandt, because everybody was learned from Rembrandt something to make picture today. And in this country, I think so, because we learned from the same teacher. And she was fantastic. She always gave us the real advice and let us know how have to find the picture, how have to look the picture, which is most important, what have to find out in the picture. So the most important as he, may I go there just a second? Because
come here.
I like to just share, even it's not seen so very well. But look at this picture. Always just the most important things get light on it. As he always comes from over and just wash a little bit out this light. But everything else which goes into which is important for him, to see himself inside, to let always a little bit in the shadow area, because when he went to the mirror, it's always made in the mirror, by the mirror, through the mirror, which is very important. Just think about if you go in the morning to the bathroom and just find something that you never see before on your face. That's a very, very big moment to know what's changing, what's going on with me, what's coming tomorrow. And this is what he did always, to see in the mirror and find himself in a different position and a different age, which was very important. It's beautiful here because the eyes is always there, but he goes, the left eye is always so much in the shadow, you really have to go close to it to see it. And this is what he wants, to go close to it and see inside in the mirror, but the deeps in the mirror, the depths in the mirror, which means into the eyes. The most important, which is look around here, that's what I always want to show everybody. He has always around the mouth, which is there now, a very, very tiny, tiny, small smile, which came from a most beautiful human things, the self-irony. Because somebody knows who is in the mirror, and he wants to meet with the mirror, with this face. Then he knows exactly, he has a self-irony, he knows it's something just went over. It was maybe just a time, just left by. And this is the most beautiful thing, to know, to have these things inside, to able to go to the mirror and see into the mirror and find himself and say, yes, this is where we are now.
Thank you very much. I mean, it's so wonderful to see Lajos getting enthusiastic about this picture.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay, so we've been talking about photographs, a beautiful painting, so let's move on to films. Okay? And a lot of people go to the cinema to see a film, but very few people remain seated to see the credits. The credits. I looked up the dictionary and it said the list of actors and other people who take part in filmmaking shown at the beginning or at the end of a film. And it's very funny because we don't really have a good Hungarian name for it. Everybody knows what it is, but I don't think we have a very good Hungarian name for it. Lajos?
Ez a magyarul stáblista, which is not Hungarian word, so this came from the German word, which everything came into the film business in Hungary, mostly from Austria and from Germany.
Right. Okay, so now we're going to see the credits of a film called Sunshine, and I wonder if you can come up with the Hungarian version of this film after this. And Lajos is going to help us with a couple of names, jobs that not many people know. Okay, so when you think that the word needs some explanation, would you say stop? Okay, so shall we have the first clip, please?
They are the main actors, of course. It always starts with the most important actor. And the end means sometimes something important, somebody important also. Casting director, maybe we can stop here. Casting director is a very important job because they are a person who really can help the director to find the right actor for the movie. So they read the script, they're getting an idea, what about the whole story and which kind of character what we're looking for. So they help for ideas, give me lots of ideas for the roles, so of course after what the director means about.
Right, we can go on. And the next.
Costume designer also has to stop for a second. Production designer even more important. Production designer, it's a díszlettervező, a Hungarian. And that's very important because it's also a very close friend of the director and to me also, because we are the small group who able to find the right direction, the right way to the style of the movie. And he is a people who building a set, for example, where we are right now, and in the stage. The people who will find out the home, for example, have to find out all the details of the home, all the color of the walls, the doors, even the door, form of the door, maybe it's coming from the special style, like let's say like Jugendstil, maybe that's also not a Hungarian word, but we know about. So the production designer who able to have the view, the style of the movie.
Okay. We have very nice music in the background, right?
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
So this is me. So it's a kind of person who's sitting behind the camera, but it's not the most important thing what I can say about our job. The director of the photography, the world, maybe they collect everything. So we are responsible for everything which will be on the screen from the movies. To find the style, to find the lighting, to find the right faces. I mean, one of the biggest gifts in our hands, this is the lighting, because we can make the different kind of character of the lighting. Even the people, it's a different face, but we can make something the lighting and bring out something else from them. So this is very, very responsibility in our life to give the right faces for the movie. So.
Right, thank you very much. And I can see you seem to have a lot of names like Lajos, Koltai, Andrew, Samuel, Cecil.
ASC means American Society of Cinematographers. I'm very happy I am the member of the Amerikai Operatőrök Társaságán.
Good.
So I'm nagyon
right, and I think we're going to have one more a very important task. So would you please roll the tape again? And Lajos is going to say stop quite soon. Some of them are more very self-explanatory.
They're produced by. Yes.
Produced by, yes.
So they're the producers. It's a different thing what we know about in Hungary because we never really worked in this system. The producer who really work very close in the good way. They're working very close together with the director. And his responsibility to find the right crew, for example, to give it to the director and find out the whole movie, even with the characters, the actors, and then everything's together to find the director, find the designer, find me, for example. And when everything is together, he can give it to us and say, yes, they are the people who are able to do this movie. So please, I give it to you, and let's say, what can you do with those people? But it's very important. It's not just about financial thing at all. In a good way again, but I like very much. If you not talk about, because they are a producer, always everybody saying, yes, they have money in the pocket. No, it's not true. They get the money from the others because they're good enough to get it. Somebody is able to collect the money and give for the film.
Thank you, and obviously the last thing is going to be it's always the director, am I right?
Right.
Right, so it's always the last. Thank you very much. So in my case, it's pretty easy to say that my name is Viktor Jilly and I'm a teacher. But what are you going to say? Koltai Lajos, a director of photography or cameraman. So how would you introduce yourself?
We're always looking for the right word because the operator, it's not the right word because the operator who is operating in the, exactly in the hospital also, that's the operator too. They has a very special job. We're not using in Hungary. Just only one people using. This is our teacher, George Illich, who using camera operator. That's a very, very special job. Who's sitting behind the camera? They are camera operators here in this studio, for example.
And Lajos, how about this word? Sorry to interrupt.
Cinematographer. I know.
You like this?
I like better the cinematographer. I think we made a decision with my colleagues together, even the Americans. They said maybe this is what covered us the best way. There's a cinematographer. This is a kind of filmmaker.
Yes, it's not
who is
easy.
making film.
Yeah.
And this is the best word maybe to be director of photography.
Yeah, it's not easy to pronounce cinematographer, right? Fine. Now we're going to have a couple of types of films, and again I'm turning to you, Sasha. Would you be so kind as to read them out?
Thriller, science fiction, action movie, western.
Yeah, the situation is this. Thank you. You have won a free ticket to see a film. Which one would you definitely not see? So what type of film you would definitely not go and see? Kata?
Science fiction.
Right. Szabolcs?
Maybe western.
Okay. Sorry, Victoria?
Thriller.
Say it again.
Thriller.
Right? And
Western.
Western, you too. Now, this is the time to say the name of your favorite film.
Well, I've got two. One a Hungarian film. It's called Tizedes és a többiek.
Right?
And the other is an American film. It's The Thin Red Line.
Well, it's Life of Brian. I think everybody knows it. It's a very strange subject, and the whole story takes place in Judea during the Roman rule. So and it's
very funny, right?
Very,
it's sort of Monty
funny,
Python
ingenious
kind of
humor and
yeah.
everything. I like
Right.
it very much.
Thank you, Victoria.
Its life is beautiful. It's a beautiful film indeed.
Right. Thank you, and Victor.
Gladiator. It's about the commander who became a slave, the slave who became the gladiator, and the gladiator who became a hero.
Right. Have you got a favorite Hungarian film?
I've seen one Hungarian film. It's called My 20th Century.
Can you say it in Hungarian?
Az én 20. századom.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. And your favorite film?
Yeah, my favorite is the Casablanca, for example.
Not a very new film, not the latest.
If you ask me about favorite film, I did, or it's my...
No, your favorite film. Not what you did.
Yeah, Casablanca was one, and another one is The La Strada. Maybe you know the Fellini's beautiful movie.
Az úton in Hungarian.
Országúton.
Országúton. Yeah. Right. Now, a lot of directors want to get away from these cliches like Western films or science fiction, and they make films sometimes very difficult to understand. And I've got a fantastic word for it. When directors are trying to appear to be artistic, but it's not really artistic, it's called artsy-fartsy. What a wonderful word, artsy-fartsy. So not genuinely artistic. You have a good Hungarian word for it? Művészeskedő, so not really, but it's very good and it's easy to understand and remember. Good. All right. What we're gonna meet the film Sunshine, and this is going to be the first clip, and your job is going to be, what is the problem or conflict in the family?
Don't cry, please, I beg you. Does this mean you intend to abandon the faith?
No, Father, of course not. I would never. I swear to you.
Neither would I.
You want to change your name as well?
Yes, Papa, I do.
And you?
A lot of other young doctors have done it. Not just Jews either, but Slovak Serbs.
I see. Names are not given to us by God. I have a second serving of carp, Mr. Sunshine. It's beautifully prepared.
Wonderful. So, anybody? Kota?
Well, they are Jews and they want to change their names from Sunshine to...
Right. By the way, do you know the Hungarian title?
Yes.
What is it?
Napfényize.
Good. Thank you very much. And why did you choose this particular bit? I mean, you told me that this is one of your favorite bits in the film. Why?
Right. It's come back a couple of times because this story goes more than 100 years, everybody knows, and the same family. And so many things happened in Europe in this time. We went through 2 world wars, and actually Hungary went through the 56 too, which was the 3rd World War in Budapest, definitely. So we wished one, Sabo, this is the best way if you can find something in the movie which is a kind of base for this family. And the base is this table. This is the family table. They're sitting around this table a couple of times and then we see people going away from this table or taking away from this table, and new people coming in, the kids from these people coming in and taking place for them. But this is a kind of base is coming back and back again and getting less and less in the movie. And finally, we change the color of the movie because everything goes by the history, because the history and the politics takes away everything from this family, even the names, as you said. And then just stays a little island. We call this is an island where they can stay together somehow, even at the end of the movie. When just the grandmother there anymore, nobody who really the last person from this family. He has something and he keeps something. He kept a small piece from this island in a small room, which is everything the same. The color are the same. So we go back from the cold world again. They find an island which is the same, warm, and something, a touching moment comes back from this family. The moment when they really love each other, which was in the past.
Thank you very much. And this is going to be the moment of your life, because would you put up your hand if you would like to take part in filmmaking? Obviously, everybody. Kata, we need the camera, and you're going to sit behind the camera, and Lajos, you have, I believe, maybe 2 minutes.
We have just 2 minutes.
2 minutes to help Kata to take a beautiful shot, and I believe it's going to be a portrait, right?
It has to be a portrait. You just have to find out who is in your portrait, who will be the person you want to use for it.
Viktor.
Viktor, can you sit here maybe? A little bit closer to the camera. Go a little more to the right way and just find out something. Let's see his face a little before you see through. What's important from his face to you? Why you say this name? He is a guy today who has to be in front of my camera. What was in your mind? Because it's a very personal thing to say yes. And let's say something before you really sit here. You go around his face a little bit. Come with me, okay? Just to say, maybe this is better from here when he look up to you, or better from the other side, because everybody has different sides of the face. It's called effect. Can you turn away a little bit, just to the other way? Can you look to us now, to look up to her, in her eyes? What is better? What is better when you make these close-ups and you make your decision? Yes, this is my close-up. You not talk about lighting now, because lighting is a more complicated thing we can do now because we have some standard light here. But look his eyes, for example. When we talk about Rembrandt, you remember how important was the eyes?
I think this is the.
You think it's a right position if we're going in the middle of his face, or you ask him to turn a little bit away? Because maybe it's bring out a little bit more, or look up from this position to her. Maybe it's not too good because your eyes is very much in the corner now. It looks like you have some, yes, it's much better, it's much warmer now. What do you think?
Yeah.
Which one is good?
I think when he turns a little bit that way and
so go to behind the camera if you have time.
Okay, so I think we have a couple of more seconds to
just
do
a
your
second, and just look through and try to
shot.
have to open it, have to find him, and go with the zoom close. Very close to it. You see the zoom?
Mm-hmm.
Go into it. It's more important. And go closer and closer and closer. And you can make the decision, because if you go a little bit closer, I help you. Stop here for a second and make the focus.
Okay. While they are still working, I would like you to say goodbye to our viewers. And
it's something nice. And you can ask him now to turn a little bit. It's also a decision to make.
No, a bit back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and look at
I'm
me
going
now.
to say goodbye. They are busy working. It's nice
also
to see. We're going to
beautiful.
watch them work.
You should stay here. This is also closer.
Let's
go closer.
We're going to still work.
But let's go a little bit closer.
Maybe 10 more minutes.
Go
here.
closer. Let's see his eyes
See
a little bit
next
more.
week. We're going to be
Yes,
back.
yes. A little bit more.